women's steeplechase. World American records and the World Championship standard.
Come on!
Big question, will Olympic bronze medalist Emma Coburn become the first American to reach the steeplechase podium at the World Championships? No American has ever won a steeplechase medal at the Worlds.
Male or female, and as you say, Olympic bronze medals. I think she comes into this championship with what you might call total confidence, and she should. Her best is 12 seconds faster than anybody else in this field.
Also in the field, Stephanie Garcia, 29-year-old.
She's the veteran in this field, and she had multiple technical issues in the qualifying race, including a fall into the water jump. She says the battle for this World Championship team includes herself, Coburn, and two teammates who trained together, Colleen Quigley and Courtney Frerichs. There we see Quigley. Quigley made the Olympic team after missing most of the season last year, finished 8th in the Olympic Games. And these two still trained together. They were just out for several weeks in Park City training, and we've seen a number of athletes from this Bowerman Track Club who race sparingly during the spring but come out to these championships and just run really well.
Quigley was the 2015 NCAA champion when she was at Florida State.
I asked her about whether she felt the weather would affect this race, and she said undoubtedly her time in Florida State got her used to some hot temperatures.
It's 7.5 laps. Good start. They will go over barriers. Some people call them hurdles, but they don't move. There are barriers located around the track as well as the water jump. Take a look at the competitor list. Athletes fighting for the top 3 spots.
I don't want to belittle it, but the barriers are only 30 inches high, so in the women's event, technique over the barriers doesn't really matter all that much. You just want to maintain your momentum. Although on the last lap, they look very high.
If you ask any of the competitors, they get taller as they run.
Coburn easing into the lead. And if the pace is going to be slow, you might as well be in the lead because it gives you a clear view of the hurdles coming up. No chance of messing up your steps or in some way getting entangled with someone else. And Coburn runs well in the heat. She says she hates the heat. She grew up at the altitude of Crested Butte, Colorado, but the last time she was here in 2014, she set a meet record of 9:19, so she definitely can run well in the heat.
Let's get a quick field action update from Paul.
As they work down that backstretch, they have to...
Off of who's ever setting that pace up on move, by the way, now is Emma Coburn. As they go through the water jump.
And we've seen her do this, you know, that she's going for her 6th championship here, so she has a lot of experience. When the pace is slow, she goes to the lead and runs just fast enough to stay ahead and keep it moving, because as she said, if you go too slowly and everybody's in it on the last lap, then you could run into trouble going over the hurdle. So she prefers that it be a somewhat honest race.
Just under 5 laps remaining in the steeplechase. We'll be back for the conclusion after this.
Basement ladies.
TF. As they continue on, 3 laps to go in the women's steeplechase. The results from women's long jump. Count Bartoletta goes 23-1 3/4. The reigning Olympic gold medalist in the long jump wins the U.S. Championships. Brittany Reese in second, 22 feet 10 3/4 inch. Craig Mass back now as they close in on 2.5 laps remaining. And Coburn continuing to set the pace. And is it still a tactical race, or has she pulled away enough with this group enough that now it's just a fight for the championship?
Yes. Well, it's just the 4 of them for making the team. The 3 members of the team will come from this group unless something really horrific happens and someone goes down. As far as who wins the race, Coburn still the heavy favorite because her best time is so much superior to the others. Although I talked to Jerry Schumacher, the coach of both Quigley and Frerichs, and he says he she's still head and shoulders above them with her American record of 907. Garcia is having trouble staying with this movement.
And 2 laps to go, and Garcia, if you watch as she goes over the barriers, very hesitant, and that could be because she had a big fall in the water jump in the semifinals, getting ready for this final event. And she even said after the fact, it got into her head. She knows she's well enough to run against the competition, but going over the barriers has been difficult for her.
Now you see her on the right of the screen now in the background. You know, it's strange. She's a veteran. She's a great tactician. She put together a very good season. One of the things she said she worked on was her technique this year, and this championship just totally fell apart for her. As you say, beginning with the fall that she had in the semifinals, but she was also stutter stepping over almost every hurdle. And here, look at her in the water jump. As you say, something got in her head. And she couldn't explain it when we spoke to her after the semifinals, but she felt she would get things ready for this final, and now that's over. This race is over in terms of who's going to make the championship with 1 lap to go. The question is, can Frerichs or Quigley put something together over the last lap to try to close the distance on Emma Coburn?
And these 3 athletes looking to represent the United States at the World Championships in London later this summer. Emma Coburn, Courtney Frerichs, and Colleen Quigley potentially being one of them, the first medal winner ever at the World Championships in the steeplechase.
It looks like Coburn's on her way to her 6th U.S. title, though Frerichs is trying to keep it close. Remember, she only lost the silver medal by half a second, 0.5 of a second in London. And you know, she's feared by the Kenyans. They believe on any given day she can be right there with them, as she proved in Rio. The times of the best runners in the world from Bahrain and Kenya at this point are a little bit out of her reach. I think she's going to smash her American record later this season, and she will be competitive in London.
Stretching it out now. As she comes up to the finish line, Emma Coburn will continue her dominance in the women's steeplechase as she is a national champion.
So it'll be the same team that Team USA sent to the Olympics last summer. Frerichs ran very close to her personal best. She ran 9:22. Her best is 9:19.
And Stephanie Garcia crosses.
And a disappointing championships for her. She'll really have to think about what to do about the technique. You know, we mentioned the barriers are not that high, but they're high enough that you've got to think about them, and there's obviously a lot in her head.
And when you have a fall like she did in the semifinals, into the water jump, a very difficult thing to clear from your head. Just like pole vaulters, sometimes when you don't plant correctly, it gets in your head and makes it difficult to plant correctly every time. She has the same situation here in the steeplechase. And Emma Coburn gets the win in the Garden of Life Women's Steeplechase. She's with Lewis.
All right, Emma, so what was your thought process, tactically speaking, as you took the line here in a slow pace early and then you finally took that lead?
Yeah, I was hoping that someone else would take it for the first K, but I think because of this weather, people were pretty tentative. So I lost my patience about 200 meters in and went to the front, and then knew I was clipping off good splits and just tried to negative split the whole race so that I could hurt the women behind me, but they did great, and it's, you know, such a pleasure to have the Bowerman girls on the team again. They're really positive and the future of the sport, so I'm happy to get to represent with them.
Excellent. We'll see you in London.
Thanks.
All right, Paul Swangard.
Thanks very much, Lewis. Checking in on the men's